Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff and today we're taking a look at a little piece of history. It's a Nike Air Max 90 in the OG Retro Volt colorway. I pretty much missed the entire Air Max month and Air Max day because I was moving, but I finally got these in, so I figured why not make a video. Originally known as the Air Max 3, these are now known as the Air Max 90. It's a shoe that was actually made 30 years ago and was inspired by Italian racing cars way back in the day. It's actually the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90 silhouette. That's also why they announced a brand new Air Max 2090 silhouette that I reviewed recently. So yeah, don't forget to check out that video in case you want to see what's new with the Air Max series. But apart from the new Air Max 2090, this is also the first time that the OG Air Max 90 shoe has retroed as true to the original as possible. So it's kind of a big deal if you're an Air Max fan like I am. Honestly, I'm loving this whole retroing everything trend that Nike is doing because there's a lot of great shoes that I couldn't afford way back in the day. So yeah, I'm happy to see them come back. Like I said, Nike has tried to stay as true to the OG model as possible here. Everything from the specifications and scale measurements to even the materials used and the box itself. But they have made a few minor changes to make it fit better and more comfortable, so it's not entirely the same exact shoe. For example, they changed up the toe box shape slightly to make it a little bit more sleeker, and they also lowered down the mudguard line as well, ever so slightly. But on the bright side, the box is exactly the same. This tiny box might not look like much nowadays, but back in the day, when you saw this box turn up at your house, yeah, you knew something was up. Also in the box, you get this little plastic packet with the anatomical arch support. You can actually put this underneath the insole of the sneaker to give your arch better support if you happen to have flat feet like I do. So that is definitely something that I appreciated. In terms of colorways, these shoes have dropped in a bunch of OG colorways, all of which have an upper that is comprised of stitched overlays and classic TPU accents. As you can see, I got the Volt colorway, which is a little bit more true to the original than the other colorways that they dropped. There's also an infrared colorway, which is the more hyped up version, but I just couldn't get my hands on those. There's also a teal version, a navy, and a light violet version as well, with more colors being added every so often. Coming to the shoe itself, starting with the upper, you have these TPU plastic accents all around, with a TPU eye stay for the flat laces to go through a pretty regular lacing system. The tongue has a lot of padding along with a very well padded collar, which adds to the overall comfort of the shoe. And then you'll also see Nike Air Max branding at the top of the tongue. This Nike Air Max branding is also on the heel tab at the back of the shoe, on this very distinct ribbed TPU accent. At the toe box area, you also see this felt-like material that extends along the rest of the upper. I think the OG model had suede here, so I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, this actually looks very similar. Apart from that, you have this mesh-like fabric in the toe box area, which makes the toe a bit more breathable and very comfortable to wear. Mesh is also a really good idea because it means that this shoe won't crease up as much. So that means that this is actually a pretty good everyday wear shoe option. On the lateral and medial sides of the shoe, you have the leather mudguard panel with a smaller than usual Nike Swoosh logo that is actually very well integrated into the mudguard. There's a very distinctive stitching that goes down the quarter panel of the shoe as well. And you'll also notice a lot of lines in this area here. Also noticeable in the tiny Air Max logo window. This is actually meant to give you the impression of air rushing over it, like how air rushes along a car as it speeds along. Remember how I said that this shoe was inspired by a race car? Yeah. Of course, the most noticeable thing here is the huge air unit that encompasses the entire heel of the shoe, which you can easily see from the outside. Apart from that, there's a pretty usual foam midsole that has that color accent around the air unit. And then coming to the outsole, it's a typical waffle outsole of the Air Max 90 with these huge lugs that kind of look like a trail shoe. But then again, this is true to what it looked like on the OG model. Apart from all of that, inside the shoe, you have a soft Air Max 1 insole, which is denser than usual, just like the OG model. And then you also have this really unique and very old school keychain kind of thing with the Nike Air Max logo that you're supposed to take off, but I've actually seen people still wearing these outside. Honestly, I can't keep up with fashion, so someone please tell me whether I keep this keychain on or I keep it off, like honestly. Coming to sizing and fit, these actually fit true to size, and I noticed that they give you a little bit of height as well because of that midsole and outsole. Of course, if you have wide feet like I do, you might want to go up half a size, but it's actually not too bad here. I should mention though that a lot of other shoe YouTubers also said that the 2020 Air Max 90 is the most comfortable version of this sneaker so far, thanks to a couple improvements in the fit with support and cushioning overall. Alright guys, with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at the Air Max 90 Volt on feet. You know, looking at the tooling and the outsole, it's really hard to believe that this used to be a running shoe way back in the day, but it actually really was. It's interesting to see how running shoes have evolved from this to Nike's Infinity Run this year, which is such a huge difference in terms of technology and styling over the years. All in all, I'm pretty happy with this shoe. I really wanted this pair and I'm glad to have got one. Unfortunately, mine had a couple very annoying factory defects right out of the box. So it kind of looks like Nike QC isn't really great this time, with glue stains all around. And parts of the shoe kind of looking like they've already been worn before, which is weird. So yeah, I was kind of bummed out about that, but all in all, this is still a piece of history, so I'm still very happy to finally have this pair. And I'm pretty glad to be adding this to my everyday wear shoe rotation. Alright guys, so that's about it from me. I'm really interested in knowing what you guys think about this shoe and whether you're thinking about picking up a pair. As always, if you have any questions about the Nike Air Max 90, feel free to ask me in the comment section right below. Or if you're really into sneaker photos, don't forget to hit me up and follow me on Instagram at ClintonJeff. And hey, if this video was helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe because that would be appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.